are dozens of companies where employees are being laid off. And projections show that a lot of insolvency filings are on the way. And we can see this based on the latest statistics from the German government. So one of the biggest question is, how can you protect yourself from any circumstances where you are about to be fired, if you have been fired, or what should you do if you are in a situation where your employer offers you a deal? Let's look at a practical example. One of the biggest companies in Germany is planning to lay off people. There's one legal thing that you should definitely look into, and that is, if a company gives you a specific deal, in most cases it is a confidential agreement between you and the company. So if you share that deal with the public, or if you share it on a Facebook group or whatever, you might be held legally liable if that information comes out that you were the person sharing it with the world. This information has been shared on many Facebook groups and many other channels. So even in that case, one should be very careful to keep their identity anonymous if they are asking for help. But as this is a public platform, we are going to use this as an example. Suit technology department wants to get rid of almost 1200 people. So this person has had a meeting recently, and they were told that due to expense cuts, they are getting a deal to simply take and leave the company without being fired. So the deal that they have gotten is absolutely amazing, considering even for a big company. So let's have a look at what they're being offered. So they are getting one salary per year of work there. So this is quite normal. You usually get one salary per year of work. Then they're getting 5,000 euros per child, which is good. Then 3 months of garden leave. I'll explain this in a moment. Then they're also getting 25,000 euros if they sign the deal within this current month. And then the final point is two gross salaries if one is 50 plus. So there are many things to consider here. But the most important thing I want to share here is that as an expat, you might be in a situation where this job is the basis of your residence permit. So maybe you are on a blue card or on a regular work permit, and leaving this job would mean that you would have to find a new one within the next 3 or 2 months, depending on your visa office. If that's the case, then it's very difficult to easily say you should do this or you should do that. But if you are in a situation where you have some wiggle room, or where they are just offering certain package for you to leave voluntarily, but there is no hard and fast deadline given that okay, after let's say May or June or in 1 or 2 months you will definitely be fired, or there will be a high amount of layoffs and you would be considered in that layoff. That case, you should look into an option of staying as long as possible so that you can convert your short-term permit into a long-term permit. Let's say you are having a blue card and you are approximately 18 or 19 months into your job, and you need 2 or 3 months to be eligible to apply for the PR, right? So this could be a way of you not taking this package directly. That way you are still working, you apply for your permanent residency, and in a way you secure your residence permit. In that case, it's a very difficult situation. If I were in those shoes, I would definitely hold off to accepting this kind of an offer. For other people, for example, for someone who has just finished their first year or first probation period, I think this is a no-brainer, because usually the newer you are in a company, the higher you are on the list of being let go, especially as an expat. So let's say you just finish your probation period and you get this package, which I think is a really great package. If you are having very little work experience, then 25,000 euros plus 3 months of garden leave is a good option to have. Please hit the like button if you're getting value from this video, hit the hi button if you see it, and consider subscribing. So coming back to this third point of 3 months garden leave. So if you don't know, a garden leave means that from the day you accept this package, you are no longer an employee, in a way that you will not be working. So you will have these 3 months to purely search for a job, and the company will not ask you for any work, right? So this is a good way of you having 3 months of technically paid holidays where you can dedicate yourself into finding a job. So connected to this is, let's say you do not take this package and after X amount of months they do let you go. At that time you would be given 3 months of notice, but that time might not be a garden leave. So during those 3 months you would be given your work that you would have to do, and you might not have that much time to search for a job. Then comes the point of the Arbeitslosengeld. So if you had at least worked for a year or overall 1 year as an employee in Germany, then you have a right to getting paid Arbeitslosengeld. However, if you take a deal like this, then your Arbeitslosengeld would be stopped for the first 3 months. Then one has two options. If a document which is signed is written in a specific way, then even that could make you eligible to getting Arbeitslosengeld after signing this document. So this is not legal advice, this is not tax advice, but I think this option is still available. You should definitely talk to a professional and see if that option could be available for you. But then comes the main point. You would need to have legal protection. So as an employee in Germany, I think it is absolutely essential to have legal insurance. If you want to get my recommendation, I think feather insurance is one of the best options out there. You can have different options based on the kind of assistance you want. You can select different packages based on that. You can find them in the first link in the description. So going back, I think as an employee, you should definitely look into getting legal insurance and getting advice from anyone in your sphere, anyone who knows the German system, and never sign the first document that your employer gives you in terms of a resignation letter. So always take your time, say, okay, thank you for providing me this letter. I'll definitely take some time and look into it myself. Then take that document home, get it reviewed by, if you have legal insurance, get it reviewed by that person. Or if you don't have legal insurance, you can even contact a lawyer, get it reviewed, or talk to a friend, talk to someone who knows the German system. Or if you are well versed with this German system, then you can definitely do it yourself. But never sign anything on the spot. That goes with anything that you are doing in Germany. Any contracts, any resignation letter, never sign it on the spot. Ask for time. And if the company says, no, you don't have any time, you have to sign it right now, then this can even be beneficial for your case, because you must be given some time to analyze any document that you are signing. Hopefully this video was helpful for you. If you have any comments, questions, let me know in the comments below and I'll try to answer them as soon as possible. In this video, I share more about legal rights as an employee in Germany.